Hi, this is John May with Greg Garrett Realty, here today talking about buying a waterfront property. From pre-approval to paying points, buying a home is always a complicated process. But throw waterfront in the mix and things get even more complex. Fortunately, real estate agents who regularly deal with waterfront properties know the ins and outs of this process. Here are 10 tips to give you a heads up on what to expect when purchasing a waterfront property. Find a real estate agent who's a true waterfront specialist. The average agent won't have the detailed knowledge of waterfront properties in your area to help you find the best deal on a property that's right for you. You may think you found a great deal, but the reason it's a great deal is because there are oyster beds and people can't get their boats in and out. Number 2, consider the property more than the structure. Oftentimes people fall in love with a house, but after they buy it, they realize that the swimming is mucky, the view's not very good, it's difficult to get down into the water, or the place is just not very private. You can change the house, but you can't change the location. So buy a property that you really love. Number 3, choose a property that truly fits your lifestyle. You may find a beautiful property for sale, but it's a half hour away from getting out to the ocean and you love deep sea fishing. That's going to make a difference in how often you actually do it. Focus on the activities you're passionate about and choose a property accordingly. Number 4, look into loans early. Since many waterfront properties are more expensive than other properties, loans will fall into the jumbo mortgage category. Lenders will therefore only consider very qualified buyers. You ought to start that process before you start looking for a property, because that can take a lot longer than a normal home loan. Number 5, make sure the structure can withstand the weather. Waterfront homes receive more abuse from the elements than the average home, so extra measures should be taken to protect them. For instance, consider investing in storm shutters for homes in hurricane-prone areas and stainless steel locks to avoid corrosion from the salt air. Number 6, insurance can be costly and complicated. Look into this early to make sure you know what you're getting into. For instance, flood insurance will depend upon an elevation survey, and a flood policy and a general hazard policy are typically not through the same insurer. Number 7, find out what you can do with the property. If you want to make any changes to your waterfront property, such as adding a dock or a seawall, start this process early to ensure that these alterations will be possible. Government agencies are very strict to deal with, and you don't want to commit to purchasing $1 million home without knowing that you can really do what you want to do to make it your own. Also, find out what kind of activities are allowed on the body of water. Some areas have restrictions on jet skis, speedboats, and other watercraft. Number 8, talk to the neighbors. Get insider information from neighbors by asking if they enjoy living in the community, if they have any issues with the property you're thinking about purchasing, or if there are any waterfront related problems. Number 9, in rural areas, look into utilities. Waterfront buyers who are accustomed to the convenience of suburban life may assume that electricity, clean water, and adequate septic system, cable, and internet will be readily available at their new property. But this is not always the case. Bringing these services into remote areas can be very expensive, so investigate these issues before buying. And lastly, number 10, get to know your responsibilities as a waterfront homeowner. If you're part of a homeowners association, find out what kind of upkeep and maintenance of the property will be required from you by reviewing the conditions, covenants, and restrictions, and talking to the HOA management company. For more information, visit my website at www.johnmayrealtor.com. If you like these videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel and they'll be sent to you as they're made.